Hello and salut everybody. Welcome back to the channel, Chatting with Nicole. If you have not subscribed or you're new, do me a favor and do just that. If you're new, I welcome you to the family. Thank you for being here. I'm super grateful for your support. So this is my second topic we are going to be chatting about. So you're just chatting with Nicole. So my second topic I want to talk to you about, it is our obsession on celebrities, artists, politicians, our obsessions about other people lives that are not helping us in our own personal life. We are obsessing about other people, how they live, what they eat, who they dating, where they live, what is they're doing in their lives. We are obsessing about all these people who are, and has nothing to do with the betterment of our future, our lives, our children's life. We have so much going on. Over the years and years and years, I have been through this and I have seen this. I have discussed this over and over with family, with friends, with people I meet. And I don't touch it because, I'm like, there's no need for me to even do that. But I'm discussing that today because I have examples. I have an example, this incident you are all aware of. And the past few days, all I kept hearing is people sending me videos, people sending me, asking me questions about this one incident. So it is, I've seen so many of this and I feel like we need to chat about this. Because we do this not knowing that we are doing it. We do this not knowing that it's taking so much time from us, from the most important things in our lives. You saw my video about social media addiction. You see how much time people are spending on social media. We are so obsessed about celebrities and, other people's life that we are neglecting our own jobs. We are neglecting our own, children, our own health, our parents, our relationships. It's hurting us, but we're not realizing that. So I want to remind us that when you are spending hours and hours on other people who have already, celebrities, the artists, the politicians, they're already doing theirs. They found their, callings or whatever. They're already successful. These are people who spend you and I, our salary, a yearly salary. They spend that on breakfast. They spend that on shoes. They spend that on their handbags. But we are sitting here and obsessing and neglecting our jobs, neglecting our children, neglecting our education and obsessing about them, honestly, without even realizing that we are doing it. So I am saying this to wake you up and wake us up. And if it was just children, I would say, okay, as parents, we need to talk to our children. Unfortunately, it's not just our children. It's not just young men, young kids. It's not just our young people. These are parents doing the same thing. Great grandparents doing the same. Great grandparents doing the same thing. So I just want to wake us up. I want to remind us that instead of spending time obsessing with celebrities, what they are doing, how they are acting, what they eat, where they go, who they are dating, what they say and didn't say, I suggest that we spend that time that we are spending so much doing all of this, spend it to do your job better. Get trained. Study more. Go to school. Spend few hours, taking classes. Spend it with your children. Teach your children something. Spend more time with your children with this time that you have. God, read a book. Even just use it and just read a book. You know what I mean? Using that. Exercise. Go to the gym. Eat right. Focus. Use that time to focus and do research about the better way to eat, your health, your wealth, how to invest. Do that. Invest that in you. Invest that time in your children. That is a better time spent than wasting it on celebrities, because they're already doing, believe it, just like I said, they are spending, you and I, our yearly salary is what they spend on their breakfast. So imagine us sitting here and still wasting the time, the precious time that we have to better our life and be better and do what we're supposed to do. We're spending it on them. So think about that. Think about that. Think about all this time we could have invested that time in our children, their education. Read a book, tell a story, tell your children a story. Teach them something, learn something, study together with your children. Imagine if you're using that time and having that relationship with your child. The difference is going to make, instead of us just wasting it away. And think about, talking to your children, instead of wasting all that time that they're wasting, if they're putting it on their education and their health, imagine how much better off they will be. So we are just having heart to heart here. This is all of us. We are all included in here. Now I'm going to tell you the reason why, what brought me to do this video. So, you guys saw the famous slap. Will Smith famous slap on the Oscars. You guys saw that, right? I was so mad when every other, thing that I saw was all of that. I was so, at a certain point, I turned my phone off. I'm talking about this today because 8 months later, Will Smith decided to speak about it, say something about the incident. And when he did, everybody, again, I keep hearing it. I keep, people asking me, do you believe him? Can you believe this? Do you believe him? Are you going to go? Okay. Just in case you didn't see it, I want to play it for you, and I'm going to talk to you on the other side.
Will Smith breaking his silence about that infamous moment at the Oscars. The actor revealing what was going through his mind in his first major interview since slapping comedian Chris Rock on stage. Here's Aaron McLaughlin.
It was the slap that stunned Hollywood, seen and heard around the world at this year's Academy Awards.
At the end of the day, I lost it,
Now, 8 months later, Will Smith is speaking out.
That was a horrific night.
His first televised sit-down interview since the incident with his good friend, Daily Show host Trevor Noah.
You seemed a little dazed afterwards.
I was gone, dude. That was a rage that had been bottled for a really long time.
Smith references his own childhood trauma.
It was a lot of things. It was the little boy that watched his father beat up his mother.
And shares how he had to explain what happened to his 9-year-old nephew.
He had stayed up late to see his Uncle Will, and we're sitting in my kitchen, and he's on my lap, and he's holding the Oscar, and he's just like, why did you hit that man, Uncle Will?
Now banned from all Academy Awards events for the next 10 years, Smith says he's concerned about how the continued fallout from that infamous slap could impact his new film, Emancipation.
I hope their work will not be tainted based on, a horrific decision on my part.
Prior to the slap, there was buzz about a possible back-to-back Oscar for this latest performance.
I will come back to you!
And it's still possible he could be nominated for another Oscar. He could even win, but he just can't publicly accept the award. Tonight, no comment from Chris Rock, but Will Smith is making it clear that his main concern is that his past wrong doesn't damage other artists' chances at award season glory.
So, yeah. Are you one of the people who are obsessing about, do you believe him? Sending it to other people, obsessing about it and discussing it over and over. Are you one of them? So politicians, when they show their true colors, in public, and then, people talk about it and we obsess about it, and then they come back and say they apologize and they learn from it because there is an election coming. Artists, they say stuff, they show their true colors, and as soon as they have a movie coming up, then they're going to come and tell you that, they regret it, they are sorry about it. I'm like, how many times does this have to happen before we realize that they are only playing with us? There's no need for us to be obsessing and be struggling and be wasting time trying to, whether asking others whether we believe it or don't believe it. They are showing us their true colors. And they are only coming out to apologize because it is the benefit of them. It's not to your benefits. They're not doing it to your benefits. Will Smith didn't wait 8 months later to come in and say this because of you and I. He did it because he has a movie coming out. Simple as that. So no, I don't believe him. So in my answer, all of you who are asking me, I do not believe, and I don't believe any of them. Look at Kanye West. All of these people, they are just showing who they are to us. And they come and try to trick you. Oh, if I say this, then they're going to go watch my movie. That's all it is. So let us stop obsessing about people who are already, they're already successful. It doesn't matter. He's in a position where we are not even close to that. So let us stop obsessing about celebrities, about, politicians, about artists who are not going to better our lives, who are not, they are not in the business to better our lives. No, they are in the business to better their own lives. Don't get me wrong. I love artists, and because you guys know my love for music, my love for movies. I take my heart out for them. I respect the talents that they have. I respect the talent. And I love their movies. I go because they are talented. So I give that to them. I'm not taking that away. But obsessing about them, wasting too much time, following, them and doing all of that, we have to be better people. Something for the betterment of your future, your life, your children's future is a better time spent. So that's what I want to share with you today. So let us all, think about how much time we are spending, we're wasting away following others who are not going to change our lives, following others who are not going to change our children's life, obsessing about things that we shouldn't, it's not going to make any difference in our lives. But instead, let us use that time, even if it's half of that time, if we're using it in our jobs, in our education, on our children, even reading a book. It's a better time spent for our future, for tomorrow, for us. So think about it and stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you next time you see me.